gap in the door. It's a separate reality.
So, in my last video I talked about Sony fanboys being butthurt over Rise of the Tomb Raider being an Xbox One exclusive. Now the tides have turned, as we suspect that Sony has gotten one of the most beloved franchises as an exclusive once again. Just yesterday there was a new demo teaser released on the PS4 called PT, which stood for Playable Teaser. No one knew what this teaser was to. They didn't give us anything. And even though it was just called PT, turns out it was actually the next Silent Hill. This isn't actually the most unsettling part for me that it's a exclusive. The most unsettling parts for me, though, is that as far as I know, none of the original creators of the original Silent Hill are involved. And the main protagonist is being voice acted and played by Norman Reedus. If you're not familiar with who he is, he's Daryl from the TV show The Walking Dead. If you're not familiar with him, he's basically a guy with a bad attitude that likes doing everything the tough way. Don't get me wrong, I acknowledge that he's a good actor, I just don't know if his style suits the survival horror mood or not. I mean, Walking Dead's not really scary. Silent Hill is supposed to be scary. That's the difference. I can just imagine him telling the demon dogs and freaky things coming out of walls floating upside down to shut up because he's trying to sleep, or back up because he kills zombies for a living. You guys remember how well the Walking Dead first-person shooter went, right? Daryl was the main protagonist, and it sucked balls. Also, that Hideo Kojima, or I'm sorry, Hideo, how do you pronounce his name? Somebody tell that to me. Known for the Metal Gear Solid franchise, is heavily into games development. However, with Guillermo del Toro, I believe is how it's pronounced, who is also a well-known movie director of the horror genre, working in the game as well, that gives me a little bit more faith. However, when it comes to Kojima, I do not doubt his talent as a writer at all. The Metal Gear Solids are awesome, but I doubt his ability to write a compelling and terrifying horror story. So I'm hoping it's not filled with cheap jump scares with a story that just doesn't fit the theme of the franchise. Silent Hill is horror. It's supposed to be scary, creepy, and spine-tingling, stare into the death's face, and things that are not Metal Gear Solid, basically. As I said before, though, in my most recent videos, I've learned not to judge a book by its cover, but with Daryl as the Walking Dead, of The Walking Dead, and Hideo Kojima, or whatever the fuck his name is, makes me fear the worst. That they're going to destroy yet another Silent Hill. I hope it does turn out great, but if it doesn't, I'll know why. No one knows for sure if it's just a timed exclusive or an actual exclusive at all, as we have been filled with very little on the details, although the demo is only available on PlayStation, and the commercial also said only on PlayStation. However, these companies don't have the best track record of wording things in the most honest ways. Sony, for instance, states that they have more than tripled their PlayStation Plus account signups in the last year, but fail to mention that simply because without it, you can't play the PS4 online. So they brag about it as if it's just a service they offer and people are taking it because it's what they want. But truth is that it's required, so of course it's going to double and triple and everything else. Or even Titanfall for the Xbox. At one point in time, didn't they tell us that all the DLC was going to be free for Titanfall? And everyone was ecstatic about that? And guess what? The DLC is not free. It costs money. So who knows? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Only a timed will tell. Ah ha ha ha. Funny, funny. Okay. But, you know what? I'm not salty. In fact, we all knew this was coming. Xbox and Sony have been at each other's throats since this gen more than ever. And I gotta admit, mostly from Sony taking punches at Xbox. So that alone should tell you that both companies are going to start preparing their own corners for a long and drawn-out fight. In other words, in messages to each other when they say, I wish you well and congratulations on your success, we all know they really mean, we're going to beat your asses this gen. So yeah, I'm not surprised that these two are going to want to lock down whatever franchises they can to keep the other from getting them. Oh, and Phil Spencer has confirmed, by the way, that Tomb Raider is a timed exclusive. So that is not an Xbox-only game, period. So I'm kind of assuming that Silent Hills, by the way, they added an S at the end of it, Silent Hills, which I'm guessing they're basically doing a reboot is what they're doing. It doesn't sound like a sequel of any kind, but I could be wrong. Last but not least, the Xbox population generally weren't a very large portion of the Silent Hill fans anyways, but damn it Xbox, we do exist. Alright you guys, thanks for watching, and don't forget to comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Plenty of more gaming news and reviews to be seen. If you like this video, check out my others. You might just enjoy yourself. I hope so. Anyway, take care.